So how did Sam go from Fortune magazine's next Warren Buffett to nothing with just a matter of days? In fact, Fortune magazine called out that he could either build an empire like the Oracle of Omaha or crash and burn. Here we're going to discuss the Twitter war between Sam, the CEO of FTX, and CZ, the CEO of Binance. First, there were some articles that were circulating around the June 2022 release of Alameda Research balance sheet. Alameda Research is the trading firm that's associated with FTX.com. Then there were some articles talking about how Tether could mint, FTX could liquidate, and Alameda would use this to pad its balance sheet by using uncollateralized debt. On November 5th, 2022, there was a whale alert. 23 million FTT tokens, at the time, $585 million worth was transferred from an unknown wallet to Binance. Shortly after, Caroline Capital, the CEO of Alameda Research, a few notes on the balance sheet, info that has been circulating recently. That specific balance sheet is for a subset of our corporate clients. We have over 10 billion in assets that aren't reflected there. Again, this referring to the articles that were circulating previously. Balance sheet breaks out a few of our biggest long positions. We obviously have hedges that aren't listed. Given the tightening in crypto and the credit space, this year we've returned most of our loans by now. Then at 7:50 a.m. on November 6th, CZ said as part of Binance's exit from FTX equity last year, Binance received roughly $2.1 billion equivalent in cash, Binance USD and FTT. Due to recent revelations that have come to light, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTT on our books. We will try to do so in a way that minimizes market impact. Due to market conditions and limited liquidity, we expect that this will take a few months to complete. Binance always encourages collaboration between industry players. Regarding any speculation as to whether this is a move against a competitor, it is not. Our industry is in its nascency, and every time a project publicly fails, it hurts every user and every platform. We typically hold tokens for the long term, and we have held onto this token for too long. We stay transparent with our actions. Shortly after, Caroline quips back, if you're looking to minimize the market impact of FTT sales, Alameda will happily buy it all from you today at $22. A couple hours later, CZ confirms, yes, this is part of it, to the whale alert of the 23 million FTT tokens that were moved. Then SBF comes off the top ropes and says, a huge thank you to everyone who has supported us. We're excited to keep climbing together. And especially to those who stay level-headed during crazy times, we deeply appreciate it. A bunch of unfounded rumors have been circulating. You can see twitter.com/Caroline Capital, which was the CEO of Alameda Research. FTX keeps audited financials, etc. And though it slows us down sometimes on product, we're highly regulated. We've already processed billions of dollars of deposits/withdrawals today. We'll keep going. Taking up anti-spam checks to process more. Sorry if you got those. We're hitting node rate capacity. We'll keep going. Also, tons of USD. Stablecoin conversions going on. And in the end, you should do whatever you want and trade where you want. We're grateful to those who stay, and when this blows over, we'll welcome everybody else back. The next day, CZ comes out and says, I was out with friends yesterday when the topic of whale alerts came up. Following our principles, I've decided to be transparent, so I wrote a thread in 5 mins and posted it. Little did I know, it was going to be the straw that broke the camel's back in regards to the plummet of price of the FTT tokens. Everyone wants more transparency in our industry, right? My tweets were simple. There were questions about a large 580 million FTT deposit to Binance, and we were transparent about the fact that we were closing our FTT position. The fact that it sparked such levels of discussions was surprising. There were also conspiracy theories that I somehow orchestrated this whole thing. If you read this thread, you would appreciate that no one can orchestrate this. Funny memes, media, and some people tried to color this as a quote fight. Sorry to disappoint, but I spend my energy building, not fighting. Today, I spent my day on our business and our community. I suggest others do the same, back to building. And then SBF comes out with a series of tweets that were later deleted. He said, a competitor is trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine. Assets are fine. Details. FTX has enough to cover all client holdings. We don't invest client assets, even in treasuries. We have been processing all withdrawals and will continue to be. Some details on when the withdrawal speed are posted there. It's heavily regulated, even when that slows us down. We have GAAP audits with over $1 billion in excess cash. We have a long history of safeguarding client assets, and that remains true today. Again, I want to emphasize, he said FTX is fine. Assets are fine on November 7th. FTX has enough to cover all client holdings. We don't invest client assets, even in treasuries. CZ comes the next day at 8 a.m. and says, this afternoon, FTX asked for our help. There is a significant liquidity crunch. To protect users, we signed a non-binding LOI or letter of intent, intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch which will be conducting a full DD in the coming days. CZ also states, all crypto exchanges should do a Merkle tree proof of reserves. Banks run on fractional reserves, crypto exchanges should not. Binance will start to do proof of reserves soon, full transparency. And then you see the price of FTT token, which is the FTX token, absolutely plummet here on the 8th. On the 8th, breaking, the Bloomberg Billionaires Index has estimated that SBF of FTX is now worth only $991 million, down from $16 billion yesterday. To make matters worse, on November 9th at 1 p.m., Binance tweeted, as a result of corporate due diligence, as well as the latest news report regarding mishandling of customer funds and alleged U.S. agency investigations, we have decided that we will not pursue the potential acquisition of FTX.com. CZ tweets out, in the spirit of transparency, might as well share the actual note sent to all Binance team globally a few hours ago as they were doing their due diligence. Binance shortly after posts, every time a major player in an industry falls, retail consumers will suffer. We have seen over the last several years that the crypto ecosystem is becoming more resilient, and we believe in time that outliers that misuse user funds will be weeded out by the free market. Just in, FTX CEO Sam Bankman's net worth is now negative $200 million, down from $16 billion just yesterday. So from $16 billion to negative $200 million in debt. And like a bomb just dropped, the price continues to plummet. CZ posted just an hour after, sad day, tried, but cry face. And then U.S. Justice Department looking into FTX turmoil during SEC probe. On the 10th, SBF finally tweets out, I'm sorry. That's the biggest thing. I fucked up and I should have done better. And then goes on a series of 20 other tweets talking about how sorry he is for the industry. The next day at 7:30 a.m., November 11th, SBF tweets, hi all. Today, I filed FTX, FTX US, and Alameda for voluntary Chapter 11 proceedings in the US. And FTX is now bankrupt. And as you can see, it's had a monumental impact on the crypto industry, and there's probably more downside to come. And now we're going to show you a visualization of this Twitter war unfolding real time.
Today, smoking is going to save lives. Does anyone smell anything smoky?
Did you bring your jerky in again?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Fire! Oh, fire! Oh my goodness! Air duct.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down! What does warm mean?
Oh my gosh, try to get the door.
Not of us. Jeez! Okay. Oh, have you ever seen a burn victim? Okay, procedure. Exit options. Where do we go, folks? Use a what to cover the mouth? Remember your exit points. Exit points, people. What's next? Huh?
Stay alive! I'm getting help!
Pull me up!
You're too heavy!
I only weigh 82 pounds! Save Bandit!
Shooting at us!
Oh